The World Cup has now moved to the UAE and will take place immediately after the IPL, within a couple of days gap at most. So will this prove to be an advantage for the teams, or will the pitches end up slowing down when the World Cup starts? So let's find out that and more in this video. Hello everyone, welcome to Crunch Sports, and today's video we'll be talking about the World T20 and the IPL. So first, let's start off with the IPL. Talking about how the IPL will go about its business. We'll start off from where we left off in the months of March and April. And it'll happen in a caravan style, the same style which they followed when it was India and it was when it was in the UAE. So as matches will finish, ICC will take the control of the grounds. Suppose the first leg of matches happen in Sharjah. As soon as the matches get over there, the control of the ground goes to ICC, and the same will happen. When matches get over in Abu Dhabi and Dubai. So that will give adequate time for the ICC to prepare the grounds and prepare the pitches, make sure they don't deteriorate by the end of the T20 World Cup, and that way, we'll be promised quality cricket in both IPL and the T20 World Cup. So I think this is the best way to go about it. And now let's get to the T20 World Cup. Oman will host the qualification round of the T20 World Cup. That's the round one, which they're considering. And in the qualification round, we'll have 8 teams playing. And the 8 teams are Bangladesh, Ireland, Netherlands, Scotland, Namibia, Oman, Papua New Guinea, and the eighth team, to our surprise, is Sri Lanka. Yes, the 2014 champions. Um, Whereas fate brought them. I mean, they're such a quality side, and then at least in T20s, they have deteriorated a bit. But I'm sure they'll qualify for the Super 12s, which will be the next round, round two. So in the qualification round, the 8 teams will be split into 2 groups of 4 teams each, and the top two in each group, will qualify for the Super 12s. And Super 12s, this is where the business starts in the ICC T20 World Cup. So in that, again, there'll be 2 groups, and in the 2 groups, there'll be 6 teams each. So they'll battle it out, and the top two from each group will make it to the semifinals, and after that, we'll have a final. So the Super 12s will be followed by a semifinal and then the final. And then BCCI is still the host. The venue is in UAE, but then the proceedings and all will be managed by BCCI and its officials. So that's one extra information. And now let's look at India's history of the tournament. I mean, 2007, the champions. Who can forget the tournament? It was a dream run. Team of youngsters. There were hardly any experience in the team, but we won. We went there, South Africa, and we won this tournament. The first match against Pakistan, resulting in a bowl out. Who could forget that? 6 sixes by Yuvraj Singh against Stuart Broad. Again, an iconic moment. And the last final ball of the World Cup, Srishant taking that catch, or Joginder Sharma, all still our memories. And the next 3 years weren't so fruitful for India. We got knocked out in the second round itself. And 2014, we were runners up. Yes, as I mentioned before, Sri Lanka were the ones who beat us. And this year they have to go through the qualification to get to the business end. So that's where it stands now. And then 2016 semifinals, we got knocked out by the West Indies. Who can forget that? It happened in Wankhede Stadium. And but then West Indies went on to win the tournament against England in the final. And even this year, they're a very formidable team. When it comes to T20, West Indies are always a formidable team, and I expect them to perform very well this year. And get to the question: is IPL coming right before the World Cup an advantage for the players, or will we end up losing some entertainment in that process? So see, what I think is it has its pros and cons. So let's talk about the pros or the advantages which we will have if the IPL did happen right before the World Cup. So first thing, IPL is no doubt the most competitive T20 league around the world. So if you do well in IPL, the confidence carries on, and it'll also help the international teams sort out the team and figure out the combinations and to figure out whom to pick and whom to drop in these conditions. And another advantage is that if you really show your talent in the IPL, you can get a fast track to the T20 World Cup side, which is a big advantage. And now looking at the you looking at the cons and looking at the disadvantage which we'll have is that there are injury concerns, no doubt about that. The IPL is a long tournament. It might be only half the tournament is left, but then still 30 plus matches have to be played. So there's also concern of injury for all players from all teams of the, who are playing the World Cup. So that is an disadvantage. And another one is the deteriorating of the pitches in UAE. So last year, towards the end, the pitches really started, deteriorating. But I don't think there'll be a concern for the World Cup because right after the matches get over in one ground, ICC takes over the control and start preparing for the World Cup. So I don't think we will have lack of runs or anything like that. I think we'll have quality cricket in both IPL and the World Cup. So yeah, that's the video, guys. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for notifications. And join our Discord community. We have lots coming up, lots planned for you guys. You won't be disappointed. So that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching.